Hi everyone, this is Laura Hammock from the Marble Jar channel, and in today's video I will show you how I text and email handwritten thank yous and other notes. So I know that handwritten snail mail notes are still the gold standard for thank you letters. However, I am convinced that our standards have to be shifting a little with all the new and more commonly used ways of communicating. I already use a fun service called Felt to send handwritten snail mail cards with photos and other elements. You can see my video on that if you are interested. But I think it's becoming more acceptable to send gratitude, sympathy, and other regards through quicker modes of communication. It seems somewhat insane to pop a card in the mail and have it arrive 4 days later when you can send an email that will be received in seconds. My problem is that I find the typewritten e-cards that are available a little too impersonal. Some people love animated cards like the ones available from Jacquie Lawson, but what if you just want to send a simple, personalized, handwritten greeting? Shouldn't you be able to combine the speed of electronic communication with the personalization of a handwritten card? So I recently had an occasion where people brought gifts. Well, I didn't want to wait forever to thank people for coming to the event and for bringing gifts. So here's what I did, and I like this as an option going forward. I used a combination of Canva and a handwriting app like Notability or Procreate. Let me walk you through the process. First, the front of the card. So the first thing I do is log into canva.com. I use this online design service for all of my YouTube video thumbnail images, but it is a fantastic and free design service for everything from posters to flyers to social media posts. So I log on and I search for greeting card or thank you or whatever. Canva has a ton of templates. And remember, everything is modifiable, so if you like the background on one but the text on another, you can make those changes. I just wanted something simple, so I chose this design. There are plenty of tutorials out there on how to use Canva, so I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I wanted this to be the front of my card, quote unquote, front of my card. So I'm getting rid of everything except for the text, thank you. Okay, so once I get it the way I want it, I take a screenshot and I crop it down so it's just the card. Now I want to create the inside of the card. So in order to do that, I want to keep the background, but get rid of the text. Once I've done this, I take another screenshot and I crop that. Now I want to handwrite on the inside of the card. To do this, I have two apps that will do a serviceable job of this. The first is Notability, which is my go-to app for handwritten notes and diagrams. So I open a new note and I add this photo. Now I can choose a color and handwrite on this card just as I would on a physical card on my iPad. Once I'm finished, I take another screenshot and I crop it. I could also use the app Procreate. So this is a more intensive art app, so I would only use this if I already knew my way around the app. That said, I prefer to Notability for a couple of reasons. For one, I love the ability to tap on a color in the document as a color picker. So that way I can easily use the colors that are already in the card as my ink colors. You can see I've used the 3 colors in the dots for the text on this card. I also like the ability to choose a brush. So Notability only has one style of pen, although you can change the thickness, but Procreate has a ton of brushes, including some that make really nice calligraphy effects. And finally, Procreate has layers. It is an art program after all, so layers are part of the deal. The reason I like them for this purpose is when I'm doing a bunch of thank you cards, I don't have to create multiple documents for each note the way I would have to in Notability. Instead, I simply turn off the layer for the last note and create a new layer for the next note. They are all saved as layers, but the only visible layers are the ones that I choose to turn on. So once I've got both the front and the inside of the cards, I can send these 2 images through text or email or whatever communication app that you're using that allows images. I find that this really does combine the speed of electronic communication with the personalization and beauty of handwritten notes. And in my case, this allows me to be even a little more creative than I would be with paper. So if thoughtfulness is part of the deal, I find myself being more thoughtful using this method. For my older relatives who still go out and get the mail every day and appreciate traditional snail mail cards, I'll continue to send them. But for most folks, this is definitely the way to go. Let me know what you think. Comments are always appreciated, and thanks for watching.